Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Calhoun's. Well, if there's any business in town that's synonymous with UT football game days, and from what I hear, there was a party down there last night, it is Calhoun's. All their locations, but of course, Calhoun's on the river. We thank them and all our sponsors for bringing you this special show, because when I say it's a special show, it is. We got a ton of good folks here, including...
Hey, baby!
We got VFL Sterling Hinton, VFL Fuad Revays. I knew you'd be enjoying it too. VFL Daniel Hood also enjoying it, and Chuck Cavaleras down there. Guys, I'm going to start with Fuad and Sterling here, but let me put up some numbers. Josh Dobbs yesterday, the straw that stirs the drink in that offense. 16 of 32 passing for 319 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. One of the interceptions, his arm was hit on the play. He had 5 drops, including a drop in the end zone. 17 rushes for 80 yards, a touchdown there as well. 399 yards, could have been more if not for the drops. 5 touchdowns in total offense. And just an incredible performance for Josh Dobbs. Sterling Hinton, you played quarterback at Tennessee.
Yes, I did. I thought he played great. I thought he came, showed a lot of leadership, a lot of we call stick-to-itiveness at the position.
That's a major word.
No, it's a good word.
Drive, bravado, stick-to-itiveness.
Oh, that stick-to-itiveness. Well, he showed himself as being a leader and kept his poise. I mean, he had a couple of drops that could somebody take his quarterback's confidence. But he came back in that second half, and boy, that's Josh Dobbs. So all you naysayers, look at the film. It's 100, Josh Dobbs. Let's go, baby. Let's go, my man.
What are your thoughts?
I was very impressed. One of the things that I really liked about him is he had 5 drops, and everything was going down. The one drive, if you remember, going towards the north end zone, he just kind of threw his hands down and thought, good grief, what's going on? But he went to the sideline, and he talked to everybody, and he talked to everybody positively. That's a sign of a leadership. That's a sign of somebody who wants to get the team going, not because he's the star, not because of anything else, except the fact that we're in this together, let's everybody rally, work together, and play well. And that's what they did, and I'm so proud of that kid for growing up the way he did.
I think it was Rick Neuheisel after the game on CBS said he never pouted. Now that's a good one, because if you're a quarterback and you're out there throwing the ball and you're doing all you're taking hits. And it wasn't he was still getting hit yesterday. Mm-hmm. You're putting the ball right where you need to put it, and they can't catch it. He had every reason to kind of hang his head and pout, but he didn't, and it reminded me of one of the maxims. If at first the brakes don't go your way, put on more steam.
Put on more steam, baby.
There we go. They put on steam yesterday. And if we're talking about the best 14 minutes of Tennessee football ever, perhaps, you'd have to say that might have been the best 14-minute performance for a single individual in Tennessee history. Certainly in the mix, which is saying something after 120-something years. Daniel Hood and Chuck Cavaleras down there. Bob Shoop said he was hired to win this game. Started kind of ugly. Bad. Didn't look good early. But the more guys he lost, the better they got. That defense really came through yesterday. Your thoughts on Bob Shoop and his magic show? And I think the magic show was somehow making a defense with that many stars out.
I was blown away by it, because you talk about the best 14 minutes of Tennessee history. They had 6 drives where they held Florida to, I think it was -5 yards when you do everything up, which is incredible, which gives the offense a chance. And then you couple that with the special teams being able to get big plays. It was an incredible moment to watch.
Yeah, and from a lot of the accounts, they said at halftime one of the adjustments was try to have your safeties give more help over the top. Shoop said you got to take away that deep ball. And then look at how, Colton Jumper play. Look at what Derek Barnett did, taking over the game pretty much at defensive end. So, I just thought, if you're Butch Jones and you're talking about complimentary football, you got it in that 14-minute stretch.
Shy Tuttle came in and had a bunch of big
rotating
there
those
too.
guys.
The linebacker crew, when you lost Jalen Reeves-Maven, and kudos to him for trying to get out there and play hurt, but when you lost him, for the 3 guys, Cortez McDowell, Dylan Bates, and Colton Jumper, to hold that thing together, it was very impressive, because I had my doubts. I'm guessing a lot of people did, and they silenced a lot of us. In terms of, you always hear, coaches didn't make any adjustments. Let's put that one to bed. This staff can make some adjustments. I thought, now on offense, if you catch all those balls, you might look as good in the first half as you did in the second half. But on defense, there were clearly adjustments that were made.
But I'll say this, at some point the players step up. At some point the players have to step up and say, you know what, this is on us. The coaches can say all they want, but at some point we are the ones in charge of making the changes. Obviously there were changes made, but the players step up in a way that we're just so proud.
And shout out to Shoop Dog.
Also, I bet Bob Shoop today is also going ahead and thanking Trevor Daniel. In that first half, when Tennessee was a little discombobulated, Florida had 90 yards to go again and again and again. Trevor Daniel had a good first half that I thought really aided that defense.
I think you can really say it's the first time we've played complementary football in all
all the
threes.
way.
And, if they're
Got a
able
half
to
of
do well, we got a half of it.
And
we got a
John,
half of
And
it.
we won.
Shows the upside.
We talked, to me, another big thing, which team in the second half was cramping up? It's the one that their program invented Gatorade.
Yeah.
Tennessee, that wasn't by accident. Tennessee addressed this during the week, and that was another key factor to me.
I'll say this. I don't know if you've noticed, probably in the past 3 years, I don't think Tennessee's had one guy cramp up. And I think it goes to the sports nutrition program they got and the strength program.
And you also got to realize this is a culture that's been developing for several years. This doesn't happen overnight. And you have consistency with the coaching staff and the people around them. This culture develops, and we've got to give it its credit where the coaching staff developed this for so many years, and we're now seeing those results of everything that's been put in place.
Let me tell you one other thing that I'm impressed with Butch Jones. And we've said it on the show before, because no matter how bad the half, no matter how bad the loss, no matter how bad the loss is, no matter how bad the media, the fans get, they do not quit on him. His teams do not quit. And I think that's one of the best things you can say about Butch Jones. If you think, oh gosh, they have every reason. I mean, early in his tenure here, he had every reason to go in a tank for the rest of the season.
But he doesn't throw them under the bus. He will not talk about them publicly. He will not demean them in public. When you close the doors, it might be different, but he will not do that in public, and that's very different than the past couple of years.
He's got their back, and they've got his.
Absolutely.
So, all right, guys, we've got more VFLs to bring out here. They're sipping champagne over on the other side. When we come back, like I say, still more volunteers, and also we talk O-line and Gator trash talk. That's coming on back on the Sports Source.